뭐야? 아, 이거. 시작합시다. 1시간 정도 알람 잠시만요. 현재 추적하는 대상이 없다네. 여기 있는데 왜 없다고 하지? 가면 되잖아. 잠깐만. 내가 얼핏 가까이 갈 길이 없다. 이런 L3
It's time to prove your dueling mettle and see if we've a new school champion. Meet me at the usual place. Final round of crossed wands. Also, the training dummy is still available.
그래.
Meet me in Lower Hogsfield as soon as possible. I would like to talk to you about Rookwood and Harlow, and it might be best to do so outside of the castle.
사건사고가
Professor
많구만.
Fig and Weasley have asked that I teach you an additional defensive spell. Please complete the assignments I have given you, and then proceed to see me in my classroom.
부엉이? 새로운 퀘스트가 열렸다는데? 우선 하나씩 하자. 어? 하나씩 하는 게 나을 것 같아. 양이 너무 망장한가 보다. 이거 하루 만에 끝내기가 어려울 것 같은데? 아무리 페스트 해도. 좀 넉넉하게 하루에 한 2-3시간 그래서 이렇게 하나씩 풀이하면서 하면 좋을 것 같네. 이게 아까 나눠서 저장하니까 조금 말을 좀 더 많이 하는 것 같아. 발견된 풀로 좀 주변을 돌아보면서 해야 되는데 여기는 무슨 농식물 식물 박람회 같은데. 오호 호바 너희 이모들이야 참.
Hello. Class, please welcome the newest rose in our garden. We do look forward to growing together.
Yes.
How
교수 맞아?
thrilling it is to have everyone back
마늘
together
교수인가?
again. This year will be filled with enchantment and excitement, but the most important thing cultivated in herbology is knowledge. The prudent herbologist is no more afraid of the venomous tentacular than the bouncing bowl. Now then, today we will be acquainting ourselves with the mellifluous tuber known as the mandrake root.
덩이줄기?
Accio.
아스티오.
Let's see if we can't make our fibrous friends a bit more comfortable, shall we? First, let's protect our ears. Now, everyone, grip their mandrake by the tendrils and give it a firm tug.
맨드레이크 덩굴선? 오호, 살아있어.
Quickly! Take your mandrake in the new
시끄러워.
The soil should envelop the root like a warm, dirty blanket, putting the mandrake right at ease. Reparo! I'm very sorry about that. Yours was a bit mature, I'm afraid. All right then, off you go. Splendid work, everyone.
야, 씨.
Now for our next task.
무슨 식물이 저렇게 소리를 질러? 어이가 없어요, 어이가.
Yes, Professor.
Firstly, well done with your mandrake. They can be rather difficult to get a grasp of.
귀가 먹는 줄 알았어요.
Nearly went deaf.
Well, yes. Of course, the cry of a mature mandragora can be fatal, so remember to keep those ears protected. Now, as I mentioned, next we'll be planting dittany. Let us find you some seeds.
I already have some, Professor. Picked them up in Hogsmeade.
You visited the Magic Leap. Wonderful. A prepared student is bound to bloom. I've arranged for you to have your own potting table here in the classroom. Wasn't easy to spare one on such late notice. Plant the seeds there now, and you can return to harvest them later. Even with soil, sunlight, and a bit of magic, they will take time to grow.
Let's see how to balance my star thistle arrangement. Mifflin's fancy or roses?
Dittany's restorative properties make it a vital ingredient in the Wiggenweld potion, as you all should know from Professor Sharp's class. Well done! Once it can be harvested, your Dittany will be ready to use in Wiggenweld potion. I'll let Professor Sharp tell you about that. Now, what say we branch out? Introduce you to a different sort of flora, the Chinese chomping cabbage. You'll find that some plants are better suited to uses outside of a cauldron. The cabbages do get testy without something to chew. Fortunately, I have a dummy for them to gnaw on. Dear, dear, and let them have a good chomping.
Yes, Professor.
They're in the other greenhouse. It's just at the end of the footbridge leading out of this room. Your classmate, Mr. Pruitt, has kindly offered to accompany you. Come back and see me when you're finished. Oh, and mind your fingers. They do bite. Keep it.
Hello. Saw you on your way to Hogsmeade the other day. Nice to meet you. I'm Leander. Nice work in Defense Against the Dark Arts, by the way.
Excuse me?
Your duel with Sebastian. And he's good. Thinks he's really good. But you outright slaughtered him. Brilliant.
Oh. Well, thank you.
I nearly put Sebastian in his place myself. I mean, I would have, if Hecate hadn't stopped me.
Didn't she?
Here we are. Home of the Chinese chomping cabbage. Now, see that dummy? Just toss the cabbages at it, and they'll do the rest. Leviosa! Accio! Incendio! Look at that! How judgmental they can get their mouths on. Mum planted some in her garden last year to keep the gnomes out. Did save her the de-gnoming, but they left her honking daffodils in tatters. Vicious little bastards, aren't they? My kind of plants. Not like stupid booba tubers and bouncing bulbs. The kind of plants that just have your back in a fight. Not saying you can't go it alone, but... Well, imagine that wasn't a dummy.
I suppose they could prove useful outside of the greenhouse. Nothing wrong with a bit of backup, even if it is from a cabbage.
It's chaos out there. Trolls in Hogsmeade and such. You can't be above throwing a cruciferous vegetable if necessary. Dogweed and deathcap has more of them, if you're keen. Other plants too. Ones your parents wouldn't plant in the garden. You get the idea. Anyway, we probably ought to head back to class. Take your time. I'll see you back in class.
잘 가.
And with that helpful reminder as to why we should...
The best time to plant a seed is last season. The second best time is now.
I tended to the Chinese chomping cabbages, Professor.
Remarkable plants, aren't they? I hope they weren't too much trouble. Oh, don't see any bite marks or missing digits. And good, as you do seem to be quite green-fingered. Oh, I'm eager to see your skill in the soil continue to blossom.
Magical plants have so much to offer. I'm eager to learn more.
I'm glad. Herbology is a bounteous subject. Tend to your garden, and it will tend to you. Huh. Well, I suppose that's everything. Do come by for a chat sometime. I so enjoy checking in with my new students.
약초석 클리어.
Those mandrakes are really relishing their new pots.
도전 가능한 게스트 한 개 있음. 우선 하나씩 잡스키부터 하자. 잡스키를 다 끝낸 후 뭐야?
I do wonder about Professor Fig. He's hardly ever in his classroom. Most strange.
잠깐만. 소리잖아. 이해가 안 되네.
Leviosa! Incendio! Revelio!
자, 부러진 빗자루, 이 부러진 빗자루, 셀러웨나 트나비 것이면서 3학년 동급생 앞에서 자신의 실험적인 달 순간이동 마법을 선보인 후 빗자루만 남기고 달 순간이동 마법을 선보인 후 빗자루만 남기고 사라졌다고 합니다. 이 마법이 성공했는지는 아무도 알 수 없습니다. 잠시만요.
Revelio!
납작해진 갑옷. 멍청하게도 산에 사는 트롤과 의자 뺏기 놀이 결투를 했던 무모한 스케글소프경이 갑옷입니다. 뒤지게 맞은 거구만. 진짜 말고.
Just when I think I've learned how to get around the castle, the staircase moves and I'm lost again.
안 열려.
My favorite room in the school is the library.
이렇게 하면 날아가는 거야? 겁나 먼데? 아, 그러면, 씨. 이 정도 길이면은, 빗자루를 줘야 되는 거 아니야? 이 정도의 농촌에 뭐, 날아가는 거 있었는데. 여기 집이었나?
Revelio.
뭐예요? 철광 열장상 주는 거구나. 뭔가 좋아 보였어.
Revelio.
월장석을 깨러 왔어. 그렇지.
Revelio.
고양이처럼 됐다. 모두가 다 의심스러워. 나도 촤 나도 아는 게 있어. 뭔가 있을 것 같아.
Revelio.
발린의 도구, 이소트 세트, 아늑한 오두막이 어울리는 모든 종류의 가구를 거두자 필요로 하는 만큼 만들 수 있는 마법. 뭔 소리야. 저쪽 집 한번 가보자. 뭔가 있을 것 같아. 오호! 동굴이네. 아하. 동굴인가?
Incendio. Incendio. Levioso. Incendio. Levioso. Incendio. Revelio. Incendio. Accio. Levioso.
아! 오케이.
Accio. Incendio. should investigate. Revelio.
페리윙클 연미복. 이게 다야? 이게 다야. 정말이야. 아하, 좀 실망인데. 이거 주려고 부르진 않았을 텐데. 인벤토리, 장비, 그래 가자. 아, 템 맞췄어.
Revelio.
좀 뭔가 아쉽다. 이거 하려고. 에? 뭐야?
Accio. Incendio.
도도 내렸어. 뭔가 조끼가 있어 보이긴 하네. 야! 이거 무슨 어디였어? 너는 왜 이렇게 오래 멀리 만나자고 하는지 모르겠네.
It is good to see you, my friend.
Hello, Natty. How are you? I hope you've recovered from our rather eventful trip to Hogsmeade.
I am well, but I have been worried about you, my friend. With Ranrock and Rookwood and Harlow after you?
I'm all right at the moment.
We did not speak about it at the time, but I am hoping now you might tell me why they were looking for you.
I've never met Rookwood or Harlow. Perhaps they mistook me for another student.
A bit odd. The two of them pursuing a Hogwarts student so intently. But whatever the reason, you were clearly in danger. For now, it is safe to say that Rookwood and Harlow are a threat to both of us. To all of us. Which is why I wanted to speak to you. I realized something that day in Hogsmeade. You displayed such courage fighting that troll. And Serona wasn't intimidated one bit by Rookwood and Harlow. Both of you have inspired me to take a stand of my own.
What sort of stand?
Men like Rookwood and Harlow are the reason my mother and I left Matibili land. I am not going to sit by and watch them destroy my new home.
Good. Rookwood and Harlow are a dangerous pair. And the fact that they're working with Ranrock, well...
All the more reason they must be stopped. Rumor has it that Theophilus Harlow runs Rookwood's day-to-day operations. Taking him down would cripple Rookwood's entire enterprise.
That may be true, but shouldn't Officer Singer handle someone like Harlow?
I spoke with her. She was polite, but perhaps understandably would not discuss details with the student. I overheard some of Rookwood's lot talking about a massive poaching operation that Harlow was planning. I was thinking that we could investigate a bit, try to get the evidence that Officer Singer needs.
All right, but how?
I am going to watch and listen, find out precisely what Harlow is up to. I shall reach out when I know more. In the meantime, remember, I am here if you need me.
Thank you, Natty.
Be on your
Thank you,
guard.
Natty.
How nice to see you, my
뭔가
young
먹을 게
friend.
많은데.
Rebellion.
What's going on here?
I wouldn't mind a job in that African central Egypt.
I never thought Ranrock's loyalists would go this far.
It's like a place right out of a storybook.
You'll not cast successfully.
But Mummy,
Archie, I don't want to argue.
They must have come this way. Think!
I've no idea who it is you think I might have seen. I've been busy with my research. I do not have time to...
Victor Rookwood don't give a doxy's nip back your time. Oi! Speak of the devil. Mr. Rookwood would like a word with you.
A student! You can't be serious!
Enough out of you.
Leave her alone.
Stay behind!
You'll regret I've seen better.
I'll watch the light go out of your eyes.
뭐야?
I see you! We can go stop that!
I'm not going anywhere with you.
You take this student on the
Incendio will be down right. Release.
I command that you release me!
Pay for your deeds.
What on earth just happened? I've never been accosted in such a manner, and so close to Hogwarts.
Are you all right?
I am, thanks in no small part to your excellent defensive skills. Care to tell me why two Ashwinders were ready to dispatch me to get to you?
Ashwinders?
Victor Rookwood's thieves and extortionists, his little cronies. They seemed quite keen on you.
It's a long story, but thank you for your help.
Well, you've avoided them for the moment. Priya warned me things were getting dangerous. Best get moving on my research before they return.
You mentioned someone named Priya.
Yes, my wife. She's the one who piqued my interest in Merlin. Gave me a book when we were students at
뭐야, 여잔데
Hogwarts.
와이프라고?
Typical hard-working Hufflepuff.
남자라고?
Brilliant potioneer. Has her own shop in Nocturne Alley. She's a travelling vendor. Here's what's going on in the Highlands
뭔
before I
소리야?
do.
남편인가?
You're a researcher.
Nora Treadwell at your service. Historian and archaeologist specialising in Merlin's work and life.
I thought that Merlin and the tales about King Arthur's court were a myth.
Mere myth. You're lucky Sir Cadogan didn't hear you. Chatters on endlessly about his connection to Merlin from his portrait at Hogwarts. Merlin attended Hogwarts, you know, and I'm studying some curious fixtures he left here centuries ago.
Fixtures?
These vine-covered pillars, dozens of them, all around the area. I've taken to calling them the Trials of Merlin. I believe he created them as a diversion for his fellow Slytherins. He was terribly fond of puzzles and enigmas.
I can see why you're so interested in Merlin. I'd be keen to know more about the trials.
Well then, I'll let you in on a little secret. No one has yet managed to figure out how they work. But I believe I have just unlocked a crucial clue. I suspect that Mallowsweet is an important component in getting the trials to work.
Mallowsweet?
Versatile herb. Merlin repeatedly mentioned it in his writings. I had just arrived to test my theory when I was so rudely interrupted. You see, each swirl in Merlin's writing has its symbol in the center. That started me thinking, what if...
The Mallowsweet is meant to be placed at the center of the symbols.
Precisely. Would you care to do the honors? We can see what comes of our little hypothesis. I brought a trunk chock full of Mallowsweet with me. It's just over there by my tent.
This trunk?
Yes, take plenty, even if you already have some.
I have the Mallowsweet.
Lovely. Now, notice the vines on these pillars here, as well as a stone swell on the ground. Each trial has these features. Place the Mallowsweet on the swirl, and we'll see what happens. Did you see that? The vines disappeared.
What should I do now?
This is uncharted territory. I am curious about these pyres.
Rebellion!
These pillars and houses are meant to be lit.
Incendio.
Merlin's beard!
The flames make the pyre sink. Incendio. Revelio.
The pyres are back where they started.
Incendio.
Clearly, all three of these pyres are meant to be lit.
Incendio.
How beautiful!
Merlin?
What a day! I can hardly believe it.
I take it we can call that a success?
We can indeed. However, I now have even more questions. How does it work? I must review my notes. I may have missed something.
Are all of the trials like this one?
Oh, not precisely. Well, I think each has those telltale vines and the swirl on the ground. You should feel free to solve them as you come across them. I believe I have what I need to continue my research. My guess is that each will also require mallow sweet, which you can find in Hogsmeade should you need more. I really must be off. Such a pleasure to meet you. And do be careful out here. Now, I've got what I needed. I shall return to the safety of my
이렇게 하면 된 거야?
notes and books.
아하.
Hello. Can I help you?
Oh, thank goodness. Yes. My name is Grace Pinch Smedley. Of the Bath Pinch Smedleys? I was hoping someone would come along soon. I was about to defy my father's wishes and would never have forgiven myself. You see, I need to retrieve something from the bottom of the lake. Might you be the one to help me?
Diving into the lake sounds like an adventure. Tell me more.
Splendid! Precisely the response I'd hoped for.
What do you need help retrieving?
Years ago, my grandfather, who fancied himself quite the astronomer, set sail from Hogsmeade Station for what was meant to be a quick stargazing cruise with my grandmother. They never returned.
I'm so sorry. What happened to them?
We can't be sure. We only know that neither they nor their boat made it back to shore. They were presumed drowned. Father was so distraught that he forbade our family from setting foot on or in the Black Lake ever again. A treasured family astrolabe vanished with them that night. If you could dive down and retrieve it, I may be able to bring my father some peace.
You seem to think I might have heard of the Bath Pinch Smedleys. Why would I know your family?
That's like asking why the sky is blue or grass is green. The Pinch Smedley name is synonymous with intellectual curiosity. We are known for our contributions to science and art. I'm surprised you haven't heard of us, frankly. But with all I plan to discover about the world around us, those that don't yet know the name certainly one day will.
Oh.
What exactly is an astrolabe?
It's an astonishing ancient navigational tool. Essentially a handheld model of the universe. It's mainly used for studying the stars, astronomical pursuits, but it has nearly 1,000 uses. Fascinating device. Sadly, I'd imagine it's rusted beyond repair now. Still, we'd love to have it returned to us. It would be like getting a bit of my grandparents back.
It sounds dangerous, especially for something of mere sentimental value.
I understand. But I'd be forever grateful. Of course, you may discover much more than the astrolabe. Anything else you found would be all yours. I've cross-referenced the vessel's last alleged location against the lake's topography, depth charts, and tide schedule. My best guess is that it's just over there, about a furlong from the dock. It would be wonderful to have my grandfather's astrolabe back. I do hope you find the astrolabe. It would mean so much to our family.
It sounds as if her astrolabe is just northeast of the dock. I should dive down and see.